So we studied the state of being before. And we know that the state of being tells us what?
It tells us about the state of someone or something as an action is being carried out.
Right, someone's state as an action is happening. And we saw 2 cases of state of being so far. Do you remember the first one?
2 cases meaning like 2 ways?
2 ways that the state of being happens, or 2 formats we could say for the state
Arabic,
of being.
do you mean like ing, er?
In Arabic.
Okay. So first was a long time ago. It was back-to-back actions.
Yeah, it was back-to-back actions.
So when you have a past tense and a present tense in the same sentence without any connector letter between them, that second action was state of being. It tells you about the
right. So for example, ja'aka yas'a. Right, we have a past tense and then a present tense. He came to you running. Okay, and then the second one was
while wow.
It was the while wow, right? That wasn't too long ago, right? So we saw that when you see a wow at the end of the sentence followed by a pronoun, then it's a state of being, right? So for example, if we were to see at the end of a sentence wa antum zalimun, it would translate as while you are oppressors.
All right, yeah.
Okay, and then there's one more category that we're going to learn now. And that is when an agent acts as an adverb, or agent acts as a state of being. Okay? So let's look at some examples of that. Here we have دخل المدينة مناديا, translating as he entered the city calling out. So where's our state of being in this translation?
Calling out, the ing.
Right. We have the ing.
And also it's telling us about his state as he entered the city.
Right, his state as he does the action of entering the city. So calling out is our state of being here. And then in Arabic, the state of being is munadiyan.
Okay.
Right? Because we know dakhala and al-madina, action and receiver. Okay. Another example here. خرج المسلمون من مكة خائفين من قريش. Translating as the Muslims left Mecca fearing Quraysh. Where's their state of being here?
Fearing, because of the ing, and it's telling us about the state of the Muslims as they leave.
Right, as they leave. And so the state of being in the Arabic here is khaifin.
Okay.
And we'll explain further.
All right.
The patterns that we see in the Arabic. And then here, one more sentence, ja'ana musliman. We have translating as, he came to us as a believer. Where's our state of being?
As a believer, as is one way that state of being translates.
Right.
And then it also, it's telling us his state or his condition as he came.
As he came to us. And so the state of being in Arabic is musliman. So let's look at all the examples of state of being in these sentences and let's find the common threads. So, first thing we can observe about them, we have munadi en, khaifin, and musliman. What do you notice about the ending label?
They're receiver. They have receiver labels.
Receiver labels.
An, aini, ina, atin.
Right, ani, aini, ina, atin. So that's our first rule for agent adverbs, or agents appearing as state of being, is that it'll have a receiver label. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Another thing to notice. What do you notice about the word pattern?
Well, they're all agents.
They're all agents, obviously, and it's called the agent adverb, so yeah, obviously.
So munadiyan and musliman are pattern number 1, and khaifina is pattern
number 2. Good. And then also you'll notice that none of them have a el on them, right?
Okay.
So an agent adverb will always be general, right?
Right.
So no el, it'll always be general. Okay, and then what do you notice about the placement in the sentence? They're all coming towards the
end, except for khaifina. There's a TLDR after.
Yeah, so an agent adverb will always come at the end of the sentence minus TLDRs.
Okay, so kind of like previous states of being, they were always at the end of the sentence. Like when it was back-to-back action, be at the end. With the while will be at the end.
Right.
And I guess even in English, states of being are always
They do come towards the end, except for TLDRs, which we've known from the beginning are flexible in terms of their placement.
Right.
So you might see a TLDR after an agent adverb.
Okay.
So again, Agent adverbs have receiver labels. They'll be general, right? No alif lam. It'll come at the end of the sentence, except for TLDRs, and they will follow the agent pattern.
Okay.
Not always, but quite often.
Okay.
Right? But if you see something meeting the first three conditions and it doesn't meet the last condition, chances are it's still an adverb or a state of being.
Well, I've a question.
Yeah.
So they're words in action sentences with receiver labels.
Right.
So how do we know it's not just a second receiver?
Oh, it's not just another receiver?
Yeah.
Well,
like for example, even like خرج المسلمون من مكة خائفين من قريش. There isn't even like there's no receiver. So how do I know like خائفين can easily just be the receiver there, right?
Right. So translation is your big ally. Right. So just translate it and see what makes sense. And then we saw this list of conditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So an agent adverb will meet these conditions.
But so can a receiver. We need to like push the logical aspect of it.
Yeah, that's what I said, and you made a face.
No, I didn't. You need to push that. It's like, oh, when you come to translate it, it's not going to translate as, it's like, how would you translate this as a receiver? You know?
You just wanted me to expound on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just start from the answer of the question again.
Okay.
Then I should erase what I wrote. Yeah, so translation is going to be your ally here, and common sense, right?
Okay.
So if you were to label this initially خائفين as a receiver, and then you were to come to translate, you would end up with, right, start with how to do word, the Muslims left Mecca, and then what are you going to do with خائفين?
Left the ones who fear from Mecca.
Yeah, you can't say the Muslims left from Mecca, the ones who fear, or the ones who fear from Mecca. It just doesn't make sense as a receiver.
Okay.
Right? So even if you mistakenly label it as a receiver, when you come to translate, it's just not going to make sense.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.